Scarzard, the freshly promoted, who has tweeted out some potentially interesting items. What are these items? Okay, right, so we've got here a ring. Dealing fire damage has a chance to ignite your enemies, burning them for extra... Okay, so a fire dot. Another one, dealing fire damage has a chance to invigorate you, absorbing damage. Focus the light of the Drakthir Legacy upon your current target, dealing arcane damage over 3 seconds, and this benefits from the Giant Killer Mastery. And that is an evoker only... Yeah, that's like an evoker only piece. One of these requires level 60 or below? What? Huh. Auto-attacking an enemy grants you attack speed stacking 10 times. This bonus resets upon auto-attacking a different target. Huh. And actually, I wonder if this is the unique raid loot that we're going to talk about soon. And they're basically... You know the way you've got, like, the Sylvanas daggers? They're just saying, like, hey, actually, it would be fun to do more things like that. But we will have an appropriate level of rarity, and the item level will reflect the power, such that, players won't feel like, oh, this dagger has the same item level as that dagger, but it's so much better. So that's kind of neat. Honestly, I think the idea of just having more interesting raid loot is good. I remember when this first started happening in the Crucible of Storms and BFA, I think people were really, pro that. So, good shit. Good shit. Oh yeah, this is great. Snapping is in. So what do we got here? So edit mode now is an option to snap for UI elements, and if the grid is enabled, the UI stuff will snap to the grid lines. Now that's really cool because you can also change the grid spacing. So being able to change the grid spacing and then snap to the lines of the grid is just going to give us really good granular control of all this stuff. One thing I was pretty excited about actually is Dakor in our just one of our work chats before stream. He was talking about his UI, and he's made a decently clean looking one entirely on the latest alpha build or the latest beta build with all these new features. So that's really good. Right, so we've got that. So they've updated art for the vehicle frame as well. And as, of course, Dakor puts it, we need buff, debuff, filter, whitelist, blacklist stuff. And once that's there, actually, we're in a good enough state.
Sorry, expansion
but that's not here yet.
Sorry, expansion is feature locked, so we'll not have that ready in time. Sorry, everyone. Not that they ever planned it anyway. But then they didn't promise or plan much for this, did they? Just kind of went, fuck it. It's going to revamp the UI and it's going to be revamped, and there you go. Enjoy the revamp.
I imagine this is something that they'll hopefully add to over time. I remember them specifically saying they wanted some sort of WeakAuras-like thing that players could use for basic tracking. Did they not say that?
Maybe they did, but everything they said was very much, we would like this and will not promise it legally at all, because please don't refund our product.
Yeah, in fairness, they didn't specifically promise there.
Yeah, but it's... this is, again, time for the nitpick of the week. So, is it still there? Oh, no, it's gone. Okay.
Oh.
So snapping to the grid is fantastic. However,
happy days.
If I wanted a feature request, my feature request would be, please, can I have some button that ensures symmetry? Because snapping is not always perfect. And it goes a wee bit fucking wonky at times. Especially because things... Say you change the size of your action bar to no longer be perfectly square, so it's only as one side snap, and you can't snap to the side of an existing action bar, which means you can't have the bar that you use for your mouse buttons arranged in the grid like your mouse buttons are for your Logitech G604 that you have to have. If that hypothetically in this made up scenario, if you can't snap it to the right side of your action bar because your right side of your action bar isn't aligned with the grid, then that's a bad experience. Then you have an unaligned UI. And that's my nitpick. I want really, really smaller grid snapping and or snap to action bar stuff in a much better way. It's because they group 1, 2, and 3 together. You can put an action bar on top of an action bar, but you can't do all the other things. It's very, this will do. And it's good. But it's still a little bit, this will do. I'm just concerned about feature-wise still having to stick to Elf because I don't want to. I got used to playing on beta. I'm like, this is nice. except for the fact that the personal, because you brought this up in the free wins video, where the personal resource display is just floating under your character, and now that you can move your UI, it goes all over the fucking place. You're like,
That's annoying because then it could move under something and just,
Yeah.
yeah. So there is more work to be done. That absolutely is the case. They have done good work so far. I think time is time. Let's just hope that they add to this.
yeah.
Now, there is some reason to hope. I don't want to be a copium dealer, but it's worth noting click casting and things like that. Those were features that they added in a pretty recent patch, so they have been actively developing this sort of thing. Wait, no.
Patch?
Click casting? Was there something new they added to the
Mouse
UI?
over?
Yes, mouse over, that was it.
Yeah. And it still doesn't work as fucking good as what do you call it does.
Applied target?
As implied target does, which means I still want to use implied target, even though it has been updated in about 7 years, and I pray to God it doesn't. No, it's probably going to break. I haven't tried it on Alpha, and it's
shit.
probably going to break because they've changed how that's built. Shit.
I'm sure somebody...
I have to fucking fix it then.
Okay, well, it's all open source anyway, so maybe you can fix implied target and we'll all give you karma for it.
Oh, great. I love karma.
Sweet. Another thing.
Yep.
Wow, console edition confirmed. Clickbait. Not
Yeah.
really. But it is kind of neat. They have got Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox buttons in. And actually, look who it is. It's Mr. Dakor. So there you go. These are in. I actually thought that was only data mined. I didn't know that was actually fully in and implemented. So that's really good. Hopefully this makes it easier for people to set all this stuff up. Of course, if you are using a gamepad, you've got to check out Console Port. It's an amazing add-on that can make WoW a different experience. It can really be... what would I say? I think for me, I'm rating and stuff. Obviously, I'm more comfortable with my setup. But actually, there is a version of WoW that involves you lying down on a sofa with a gamepad. That's like some sort of immersive console style UI. Sort of drinking in the world. It's actually quite good. I've tried it. Like, you may be surprised because it's certainly not what you would expect. But you only have to look at FF14, another major MMO, where it has a pretty sizable, dedicated, PlayStation audience.
It's genuinely surprisingly massive, especially in Japan, because that's where PC gaming is only taking off there quite recently, and fuck, it's rocketing. They're like the largest region of growth in Steam is Japan. Is fucking shooting. It's going
Yep. Thank
completely
you,
crazy.
Apex Legends.
Thank you, Apex Legends, and thank you, Sony, for shitting the bed and not supporting Japan whatsoever with your PS5 hardware stock. You traitorous cunts. Yeah,
Yep.
that one was definitely from the heart.
That may have slipped out of the heart, but
Yeah, there's something I was
people
going to
feel that
say
way,
about
and
that.
I think rightly so.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, was it? Yes, it is. Two things. One is this does not confirm a console port.
Mm-hmm.
What this does is add usability to an existing feature that was an existing feature that was fully supported, but didn't have usability elements that were very good. This is perfect.
Yep.
Also, it's a hell of a good excuse to try World of Warcraft on a Steam Deck if you can get Windows and Battle.net to operate.
I want to try that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you could absolutely certainly do.
I will try that.
NK asks, why that dude always mad? I would tell you, but we'd be here for a long time.
Okay. We'll do the New Year's Eve therapy special.
Yeah.
That's it. To be honest, I don't think we're going to be able to top a good old Preach New Year special.
No.
Those are pretty incredible events.
Yeah, no, or the recent therapy stream that 2 HoloLive English VTubers had.
Oh,
Fucking crazy.
there we go. Dragon riding actually working there on an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
That would actually feel pretty damn okay.
Yeah.
Another thing then,